Greetings once again, beloved multiversal soul. Familia. Yes. Let's light this palo, and we, beloveds, as it is Monday, once again, we are going to have a miracle manifestation and mission focused Monday. Yes. Happy Monday. To get this session rolling, we're actually going to go into Oracle of Visions first for some primary energy flow, aside from what was already discussed in this morning's bright and early energy forecast. Not a whole lot of changes throughout each one, but that's to be expected, beloveds. It's been an ongoing trend to have lingering energy in our orbit. So, today, beloveds, I am going to be pre-recording a premiere. And this is going to be a fun one. I'm sure you will not want to miss. Because after I do the mission focused messages, we are going to go back into the shadow work deck that I have on hand. Concrete shamanism shadow work, to be precise. And you get to have fun watching me call myself out in terms of shadow work. So, woo, the tea is about to get hot. Yes, beloveds, before we go into any messages at this time, of course, we are going to bring in a command. A command prayer as soon as I find it, because there it is. I don't have it memorized just yet. Although I did create it, interestingly enough. With the palo going, I'm actually feeling guided to bring in some frankincense as well, so that we can just cleanse the environment completely. And that way, it's all nice and purified and blessed before we bring in the shadow work session, which again is going to be submitted as a premiere, so we can tune in together and interact with one another while you watch me call myself out. Fun, fun. Yes, switching things up a bit for sure. Let's get into the cards, beloveds. O infinite creator, source of all that is, was, and will ever be, I stand in your divine authority, commanding in alignment with perfect will by the power of divine law. I now open my life to abundant security, stability, and protection. We now open our lives to abundant security, stability, and protection. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Every curse, every evil eye, every ill wish, every case, cause, concern, and conflict dissolves into nothingness by the radiance of the divine light. We command true prosperity to flow into our lives prosperity that nourishes our soul, sustains our bodies, and blesses all who walk with us. Wealth and resources are now aligned to our highest purpose. We command good fortune to follow us in all things. Doors of opportunity open before us effortlessly, and every step we take is guided by divine orchestration. We call forth true love, divinely ordained, harmonious, and eternal. By heart and soul are aligned to receive and give love in its purest, most sacred form. May our paths be illuminated, our spirits fortified, and our lives a testament to the boundless grace of the Creator. So it is, so it is, so it is, and so it shall be. One more shuffle, and here we go. In alignment with the divine flow. Let's go, let's go. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot, but it's a great place to start. Let's see how many cards we have. We have 7 cards, and 7 is a very magical number. Beautiful, spiritual. Let's get into the context of it, shall we? So we shall. The number 7. Yes, all on its own, the spiritual meaning. Completeness and balance, introspection and inner wisdom, spiritual awakening and enlightenment, faith, intuition and reflection, and seeking deeper understanding and inner growth. I will sip to that. Salute. Yes. Deeper understanding of life's mysteries, diving into the layers of meaning. 2, just that. Oh yes, inner wisdom and connection to the divine. We shall see what intuitive messages flow in as we do a general message, beginning with the number 9. And notice how the jester is working their own light with zero concern about being center stage. Instead, they are supporting the lady in red, bringing her center stage. As the light is shining on her at this time, this lady in red. And there are several cards symbolizing strength in the background in these frames. So, this card also symbolizing strength in so many different layers. Let's take a look. It's like as though you're peeling back the layers and being more comfortable. Well, not more comfortable, but more courageous in stepping outside of your comfort zone. The more recognition and a positive light the collective is receiving. And the offering of strength and assistance, bearing burdens on behalf of others. Oh boy, did we ever already go through those rapids this morning. And I'm just going to not even touch any further on that from there, because one thing we will not be doing from this channel, even if there was any kind of inkling of it in the past, we will not be calling out our loved ones and embarrassing them and shaming them in front of others. What we will be doing is providing support that can show up in many forms: moral, emotional, physical, and even financial. Offering our shoulders to bear the weight and lend an ear to share grief. So, I'm not even going to go any further with the guidebook, as that is the message. Not be so much about being someone else's limelight, or like being like literally the one shining that light, but to be someone else's sunshine, not just for today, but for the entirety of this week. To not be their light or their limelight, but to be their sunshine that comes through you being divinely connected and in alignment. To be that beacon for another. All right, next in line we have card number 28. And recognizing that we are all connected and separation is an illusion, and whether your ego says so or not, your words and the actions to follow do have power. And they can either be destructive and tear others down, or they can be constructive and elevate and uplift. It's your move and your choice. Let's take a look at the guidebook for number 28. Each contact with a human being is so rare, so precious, one should preserve it. That's right. So make the most of your interactions to bring value, meaningfulness, and sustenance, beloveds. Reaching out, spiritual bonds and connections. When we are spirit and we are flesh. When we forget that we are both, we can suffer unnecessarily, or we can cause others to suffer unnecessarily, beloveds. So be on the lookout for your own ego flare-ups. And be more mindful of whether it's the appropriate time to be calling others out on their own, when you may very well have an ego flare up of your own to contend with. And I said eco before ego, because I'm going to stand 10 toes down on the energy that I read. The energy that I'm reading also involves cosmic energy, solar energy, earth energy, the flares, the coronal holes, the resonance of it, the Schumann resonance from, the lightning that also is created in our biosphere due to all the other storms happening, and the rapids that are a result of that levee breaking. In this image, in the glass, she is not imprisoned, but much rather self-contained. She can reach out, as she demonstrates in this image, at any time. And in this instance, the gentleman appears to be a bit down in the dumps, under the weather, sad. And she is reaching out with her beacon of light. I'm hearing, even though she has issues of her own, much like the Queen of Hearts in the Lenormand, or the Queen of Cups in Tarot. She understands her soul's mission and purpose. And she can be also a he in this message, beloveds. As in this image, there is a demonstration of he being supportive of her divine mission and soul's purpose. And in return, although she is self-contained, she still has the ability to reach out and offer that sunshine, that beacon of light, that comfort, that reassurance, that strength, that courage, that support. Let's see what else is in the book for this. Connecting with one's higher self. And in doing so, we are able to connect with more meaning and sustenance with others. Offering a beneficial light that is of value and a positive manner. And the flame within us, within her, and that same flame within him. It's there. It's illuminating the entire procession. The divine light is just like a metaphor. As it appears to be external, the true light is what is illuminating and also shining light on her. So it's like the two cards combined are demonstrating equal give and take to some degree here. A flame beside the mask signifies the eternity of our nature and reminds us that all we see in this earthly realm is no more than a mask. Just like I was describing the light that's shining down and differentiating it from the light that is coming from within and illuminating. Just look at her beaming. A spirit guide or even a loved one from another timeline reaching out to him with much love and tenderness. Indicating that the collective has more than enough to move forward in life. The next card up we have is number 26. And immediately I'm getting reflection and integration is key. See the key down here? The door's already open. So the key is actually meant to unlock something from within versus externally. through these reflections. And there is a vortex or a portal that has been created in this image. You can see the door in the mirror. And all throughout history, it has become known to a rare audience, at least anyways, that when this occurs, when there is a door or an open window in the reflection of a mirror, it creates a portal. In this case, it is opening a portal to access more of what's going on within. So it's giving me the impression that this week the collective is meant to be doing less to a degree. And what we do engage in, putting more into that. More quality, more value, more benefit to ourselves and others, and humanity and creation as a whole. That's what has just been placed on my heart as a message. And I cannot pop this collar for nothing. Time to start breaking out the cornstarch. Cornstarch. Anyways, moving along, let's see what the guidebook has to say about number 26. Fresh starts. We just have to turn the page. Time to rewrite a new chapter for us. Putting ourselves in a position where we are all happy. And see, that is exactly what has been happening in these interactions. Both of them, in all of these images, there has been equal give and take, reciprocity. It's giving like all in kind of vibes. And just as I started to say that, with beginning with reciprocity, it was 2222 on the timer. All those twos representing divine union, sacred union, balance, harmony, sometimes even duality. But the intuitive message that was placed on my heart at this time was the opposite of duality. It is divine, sacred union. First with our higher selves, and then furthermore with another. But also there is this need to, again, reconnect with our higher selves on a deeper level. After a period of embracing our awakening and doing more of that soul searching, beloveds. 2332 on the timer. Now we have to go into 2332. Faith. More than anything else, faith. Let's bring in some frankincense to increase our faith. It is going to get hazy in here because I'm going to drop a decent sized nugget on that charcoal. And it should go up at just about any time. There it goes. There it goes. Burn, baby, burn. Yes. Bringing in that frankincense for purity, but also to increase our faith. Symbolizing partnerships. So this is doubling down on what I was saying about 2222 and how it was placed on my heart, that instead of it being duality, it's sacred union, partnership with cooperation, diplomacy, but also representing creativity, self-expression, and spiritual insight. All right. Moving along, moving along. Indicating that we are honest and loyal people. We have strong character and use our abilities to impact the lives of others, beloveds. Our wisdom is incomparable. All right, let's go into the next number, next card, which is number 18. And I just don't know about this image. So we're going to just show it as such with this other card, number 18, while we speak on it. This is giving like indication of being overprotective when it comes to something or someone. Being overprotective. It's giving like, it's one thing to be that beacon of light, reaching out to someone, but it's something entirely different to be overbearing and using, oh, I'm just trying to reach out and bring this like low frequency, low level spirit to someone's attention, when in actuality it's being overbearing and destructive in nature, tearing someone down, but believing that you're lifting them up and being supportive of their growth and their awakening and their development and their discipline. We can prepare them, inform them, advise them, but eventually there will come the moment when we will need to resist the impulse to reach out and instead must let them fall. When they rise again of their own accord, we can take comfort in knowing that we taught them well. Message. Oh my goodness. Very good. Now let's move right along to the next one. Ooh, we're going to have to cover this one. Yes, we're definitely going to have to cover this one as well. Just know that behind the bottom card is a serpent. I can probably show you that from the bottom. Oops. But otherwise, there is a beautiful lady in all of her glory and growth. Number 29. Interesting, it went from 28 to 29. 28 and 29. I'm not getting any, like, dense, intuitive messages from this card right off the bat. What I am getting is something along the lines of surrendering. And in this case, it's like surrendering that need to feel or be in control. Temptation, resisting, and willpower. We indulge, even at risk to our health, our relationship with others, and our general well-being. So collective, there's an air of caution about being too overbearing. Especially indulging in those impulses that what's really standing out the most at this time is not so much about our own health and well-being as it is how it affects our relationships with others. Our ability to see through the illusions, including our own. Including our own. And boy, did the fire ever pick up as I was discussing that. Seeing through the illusions, weighing the consequences, and resisting the temptation is a measure of our personal willpower, character, and strength. To succumb or to resist will be a choice that defines us either way. As we come to understand our weaknesses and the reasons for them, they lose their power to control us. And then we lose that impulse of that need to be in control of self or others or situations, beloveds. Yeah, that's the message. Let's move along. Number 13. What a beautiful number. I'm feeling guided to ring the bell for number 13. And immediately, intuitively, I'm hearing putting an end to something in order to continue to create and co-create moving along. She is weaving a web. But our impulses and the dynamics of them, yes, the emotional hues that we bring in during our most productive times can also affect the energy and the quality and the value of what we are weaving, beloveds. 1, turn down the volume. 2, prepare for the ringing. And 3, time to clear out that need to be in control of people, situations, and so on. It's out of here. I'll sip to that. Interestingly enough, as I was saying, I'll sip to that. It was 3232, and the angel number we were just looking at was 2332. So all these 2s and 3s are extremely significant at this time. The 3s speaking on potential. Our chance to reach our highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten us where we are. We've been through so much, and this guidance is here to show us that we are exactly where we need to be. Okay, I can already see where that's going. It doesn't want to focus on the smaller print, and that's fine. And number 2, balance. Now is the time to take inventory of your feelings. Are there any feelings of imbalance or resistance? Absolutely, it's been in the air. But, you know, it wasn't that way for me when I woke up this morning and was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and already had some work done by 4:30. So, this may be a sign that someone out there needs to get some rest and reset themselves instead of being so impulsive and concerned about what others are doing with their time. Divine whispers are here to remind you that the alignment that you seek also seeks you. Breathe, rest, and reset. Message. All right. Now let's take a look at what the book has to say, which I already know is going to do a bit more confirmation. Be wary of over-controlling, micromanaging, or getting lost in the details. Boom skis! My intuitions are correct. And beloveds, we are here as a collective together. We are in this together. Right here, the bottom, the very bottom paragraph, right here. Be wary of over-controlling, micromanaging, or getting lost in the details. Allow each participant to contribute fully and not be undermined by one person's overall position. Whoa! You want to talk about the timing with that one. I'm going to read that again, beloveds. Allow each participant to contribute fully and not be undermined by one person's overall position. And as a result, I'm telling you right now, as a result, good fortune will be on your side, on our side. Look. Although it's not my story today, per se, I was a part of it. You're a part of it. We're all in this together. It's time to surrender the control and the micromanaging. And upon doing so, things will begin to improve. And good fortune will be on our side once again, beloveds. We will hold the dice and the cards. Oh. Oh, well, hello there, mirror. That is broken. But you know what this is telling me? It's not about bad luck at all. It's about not using the excuse that you can't reflect because nothing is broken, or there's no need to reflect on something that isn't broken, when in all actuality something was broken. Whether it was confidence, hearts, you know what, it doesn't matter. I can't say what I was about to say, because then it gets personal. Because I will make it personal. And this is where, when I took what I wrote as a post in the post section, what used to be the community board, now it used to say community, now it's posts, and then we go post over there. When I was younger, it was the outspoken truths, whether it was truth or not. More importantly than anything else, is it kind? Sit and ask yourself, was the way that I have been approaching things useful? We've already established truth. Is it useful? Is it beneficial to the greater good of all? And is it kind? Or do you just really enjoy when your ego is flared up, calling others out to create a smokescreen? Either way, what you weave is what you get. Letting go of that control and micromanaging will reestablish good fortune. Number 21, let's take a look. More twos. Taking risks, evaluating the odds. Are we relying too much on luck? Are we struggling to pay our bills, but still buy lottery tickets? Are we basing important decisions simply on the hope that things will turn out in our favor? If so, good luck and keep your fingers crossed. Life is a constant roll of the device. Oh, somebody has been abusing their authority on electronic devices, I just heard. Oh, life is a constant roll of the dice, so you must consider all the pros and cons. While some choices can be avoided, others we are forced to make. Each come with its own promise of reward or consequence. So again, are you going to utilize that voice of authority to take divine conscious action or destructive conscious action? Thank you, Spirit. Ultimately, only the lady knows what cards she holds. All right. Well, there's that. Let's bring in a bit more now with the Kipper. But as mentioned, the primary energy this week is being someone else's beacon of light and their sunshine, not being their micro-managing, overbearing, controlling spotlight. Thank you, Spirit. Let's bring in a bit more details. I think it's time for someone listening to bring back some shadow work on themselves. Confirmation. We have great fortune. Great fortune from two different decks. I just heard by adjusting the threads. Good fortune will increase again. Confirmation that those readjustments will be necessary. Not only to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but to be that beacon of light for others. Because right now, someone is being a thief and stealing someone's joy by going the opposite route and choosing duality instead of equal give and take and reciprocity. But we're not going to remove that card from the deck. We'll see if it comes back out in the shuffle. Let's take a look at Great Fortune and the Pathway. Well, not the Pathway. Great Fortune and Pathway. For a bit more sustenance. The most enabling, powerful, and positive card. Signifying wishes coming true, outstanding good luck, triumph, wealth, and happiness and fruitfulness. Clearly there is some sorting that needs to happen in order to get back in alignment with this good fortune. Turning challenging cards to the significator's benefits. So there it is. There aren't any other challenging cards on the table besides the one that we just went over. So this card showed up to transmute that energy, that dualistic energy, into more aligned to equal give and take and reciprocity. And let's see it, collective. Like, I want to see it happening. But it's out of my hands and out of my control. So I'm surrendering it to our Creator, as within, so without. And we'll just see what happens. And later on, I'm going to be calling myself out with the shadow work deck. So clearly I will be minding my own business and tending to my own garden. Blessed and released. And it doesn't provide comfort for the rest of our days, but indicates that we can hope for an improvement or some kind of winning streak. Also announcing new perspectives and improvements in relationship matters. And I just said how and why. Be that light at the end of the tunnel for someone else instead of tearing them down, beloveds. Grace and care. 7-11. Good fortune with grace and care. Good fortune is going to follow that grace and care. Don't try to force matters, or you'll experience continuous development. This card may concern the slow growth of a partnership or long-term career planning. Also symbols for all roads, streets, and ways, forests, and nature. It means a lot needs to be done, or something that will take a long time. Also standing for great physical distance. So it's going to take some time and some work and some energy to get back into alignment, and upon doing so, getting back into being mission focused. I'm just going to go with the top card for that stack, because that is what was placed on my heart, and we have the gift, number 17. Perhaps this message in and of itself will be a gift for the collective. Number 17. Let's take a look. I am getting indication from this card that this is good. This is good. Especially when I can see a portrait of the privileged lady in the background. Softening the blow of nearby challenges. There it is. Thank you, source of all that is, was, and will ever be, as we tap into our divine authority. And in this case, the collective is being guided to either stop misusing that authority or don't even go there. There is an air of caution in terms of that voice, that presence and ability to influence others. Are you going to choose to influence them through grace and care, or destruction and damnation? So, this is the card of equal give and take. And I'm being guided to draw the message to a close because it just came full circle. This card is confirmation of what I have been sharing intuitively, more intuitively than from the guidebooks. And at this point, if I keep going, I'm just going to be repeating myself. Equal reciprocity, equal give and take, but also recognizing our relationships with others, and when the collective may be contributing to those others not feeling as equals in the relationship or situation. Put it where it fits. Put it where it fits. It also reveals interesting timing idea. So by the next holiday of any sort, or a birthday, yeah. However long that is for you as the collective, is the time when this good fortune is going to be fully realigned upon your own alignment, not you trying to align someone else. I'm just the messenger. I'm not your real dad, and I'm not telling you what to do. This is for entertainment purposes, but I stand 10 toes down, 10 tons down on the intuitive messages that came through in this session. So, in terms of miracle manifestation, if you want to manifest that good fortune back into your life, it's time to get back in alignment with your missions and your soul's purpose, and be that loving light. Be that loving light, not that spotlight causing others to feel like a deer in headlights. Thank you so very much. Again, I'm not your real dad. I'm not telling you what to do. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source of all that is, was, and will ever be, for just now speaking through me, because I know it needs to be heard. I needed to hear it, and whoever tunes in and listens needed to hear it. And that is the message. Time to lay down the micromanaging at the altar with much gratitude and appreciation. From my heart chakra to yours, beloveds, brightest of blessings. Happy Monday.